Who would win, the fearless Pitbull or the mighty Bengal tiger? Now here's a wild thought: what if we threw the rulebook out the window and dropped a Pitbull and a Bengal tiger into the same arena? Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because this fantasy face-off is about to get intense. On one side, we've got the Pitbull, small in size but packing a heart twice as big. Known for their tenacity, powerful jaws, and never-back-down attitude, Pitbulls are the underdog legends of the canine world. Just ask any dog trainer, they're the scrappy fighters who punch way above their weight class. On the other side, oh boy, say hello to the Bengal tiger. Think raw muscle, razor-sharp instincts, and a hunting record that would make any predator jealous. This cat isn't just big, it's built for dominance. But here's the real question: can grit beat greatness? Can a Pitbull's sheer determination and bite-for-bite courage stand a chance against one of nature's most perfectly engineered killers? As a wildlife expert, I've seen incredible things in the animal kingdom. But this showdown might just be the wildest what-if yet. Let's break it down and find out who would come out on top in this ultimate clash of fang and fury. Meet the underdog gladiator, the Pitbull. When you think of a warrior with sheer muscle, a fearless attitude, and the heart of a lion, you might imagine a heavyweight boxer or an action movie hero. But what if I told you that kind of firepower fits inside a 66-pound dog? That's right, let me introduce you to the Pitbull pound for pound, one of the most tenacious animals on earth. Originally bred for fighting in brutal arenas, Pitbulls have evolved into modern-day symbols of strength, loyalty, and uncheckable determination. This isn't your average couch potato pup. We're talking about a compact powerhouse that's built like a furry tank and charges like one too. Let's look at the stats. Weight: around 30 kilograms, about 66 pounds, small enough to wrestle with but heavy enough to throw its weight around. Bite force: a staggering 2,350 psi. That's more pressure than a polar bear's bite and stronger than a lion's. When a Pitbull locks onto something, it's like a living vice grip. Top speed: 40 kilometers per hour, or 25 miles per hour. Not exactly cheetah level, but fast enough to chase down threats or circle a larger opponent like a whirlwind. Weapons: a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth and a jaw that just won't quit. Combine that with a refusal to let go, and you've got a canine with combat built into its DNA. Personality: bold, relentless, unflinching. Pitbulls don't scare easy, and they don't back down. If courage were a currency, this dog would be a millionaire. I've worked with Pitbulls in the field, and let me tell you, their drive is something else. One Pitbull I encountered in a rescue operation kept digging through rubble to find its owner, even with a leg injury. That's not just bravery, it's loyalty turned into action. Now, sure, the Pitbull may not have the size or claws of a tiger, but here's the question that keeps me up at night: can sheer willpower and unbreakable spirit beat overwhelming size and predatory precision? Can the little guy with the big heart outlast the jungle king? You might laugh at the idea of a Pitbull going toe-to-toe with a tiger, but remember, this is no ordinary dog. This is a street fighter with zero quit and a bite that could rattle bones. So, is the tiger ready for a brawl, or is it underestimating the fury packed into this four-legged underdog? Let's keep going and find out. Enter the jungle king, the Bengal tiger. Now, if the Pitbull is the scrappy street brawler with fists, well, paws of fury, then the Bengal tiger is the heavyweight champion who doesn't just fight, he hunts with elegance, power, and precision. Forget underdog energy. This beast is born for the spotlight and knows exactly how to steal the show. We're talking about one of the most dangerous big cats on the planet. The Bengal tiger doesn't just survive in the wild, it rules it. Top of the food chain, no debate, no second place. If the Pitbull is a fighter, the tiger is an assassin in a fur coat. Let's break down this apex predator's fearsome resume. Weight: around 220 kilograms, or 485 pounds. That's more than 7 Pitbulls combined. You don't wrestle with a tiger, you hope it doesn't notice you. Length: almost 3 meters from nose to tail. This isn't just a big cat. It's practically a four-legged freight train. Bite force: about 1,050 psi. While that's lower than the Pitbulls on paper, here's the kicker: its massive canines and skull-crushing jaws are built to kill, not just hold. A tiger bite to the neck ends things fast. Speed: 60 kilometers per hour, or about 37 miles per hour in short bursts. You might outrun a house cat. You're not outrunning this. Weapons: for paws with 10 cm claws that slice like steak knives. Combine that with fangs made to crush vertebrae and you've got a walking nightmare. But the Bengal tiger isn't just brawn, it's a master tactician. Tigers are solitary hunters that rely on stealth, patience, and perfect timing. They'll stalk their prey silently for minutes, sometimes hours, before launching a single, explosive attack that ends the fight before it begins. I once tracked a Bengal tiger in India's Sundarbans region, and let me tell you, it was like playing hide-and-seek with a ghost. No sound, no warning, just claw marks in a tree and paw prints vanishing into the mist. This isn't just a predator, it's a ninja with stripes. And here's the burning question: while the Pitbull brings unmatched grit and Street Fighter tenacity, can that possibly stack up against a 500-pound predator designed by nature to kill in a single blow? Can courage match calculated carnage? Can the heart of a dog outlast the silence of a tiger? The Bengal tiger may have the size, the speed, and the skills, but will it underestimate the smaller challenger's fire? One thing's for sure: if this showdown goes down, it's going to be a clash of two very different kinds of warrior. One fueled by instincts, the other by unbreakable will. So what happens when street meets savannah? Let's find out. Fangs, fury, and fight IQ, how these beasts battle. Alright, folks, now that we've sized up our two warriors, it's time to talk tactics. Because let's face it, this isn't just a battle of brawn. It's a chess match with claws and teeth. So what happens when raw muscle meets relentless bite? Let's break down each fighter's arsenal and game plan. Pitbull, the blitz brawler. The Pitbull is like that scrappy kid in the neighborhood who's always ready to throw hands first and ask questions later. This dog doesn't play defense. Its strategy is simple, brutal, and terrifyingly effective: get in close, grab something important, and never let go. Main weapon: that jaw. Pitbulls are famous for their lockjaw reputation, and while that's more myth than science, what's very real is their ability to clamp down with 2,350 psi and just hold. Once a Pitbull sinks its teeth into a target, it's like a furry vice grip. Combat style: full speed charge, no hesitation. The Pitbull aims to catch its opponent off guard, latch onto a limb or throat, and wear it down through pain, blood loss, and sheer stubbornness. Advantages: fast, agile, incredibly determined. This dog can dodge, duck, dive, and well bite. It's tough as nails, and even in the face of a much bigger enemy, it won't blink. Imagine a welterweight MMA fighter charging a heavyweight with nothing but grit and a nasty uppercut. That's your Pitbull. It doesn't know it's smaller, it doesn't care. But is that enough against the jungle's apex predator? Bengal tiger, the precision powerhouse. Now, let's step into the tiger's corner. If the Pitbull is a backyard brawler, the Bengal tiger is a trained martial artist who's mastered the art of killing. This isn't about fast punches, it's about timing, power, and a hit so clean, the fight ends before it begins. Main weapons: 10 cm claws, dagger-sized canines, and over 400 pounds of muscle behind every strike. These tools are not just for show, they're designed for one thing: ending lives quickly. Combat strategy: tigers don't waste energy. They stalk, wait, and then strike with laser focus. In a fight, the tiger would aim for weak spots like the neck or spine and use its weight to slam the opponent into the ground. One swipe could crack ribs, one bite to the neck could shut it all down. Advantages: superior size, lightning-fast reflexes, years of natural experience hunting large, dangerous prey. Tigers don't guess, they calculate. I once watched a Bengal tiger take down a full-grown sambar deer in under 10 seconds. No warm-up, no struggle, just one silent step forward, a leap, and it was over. That's the kind of battlefield efficiency you don't mess with. So who has the better strategy? Here's the million-dollar question: can the Pitbull's relentless offense crack the tiger's defenses before getting hit with a knockout blow? Or does the tiger's patience and power end the fight the moment the Pitbull gets too close? One fights like it has nothing to lose, the other fights like it never loses. Is it possible for the smaller, scrappier fighter to sneak in a lucky strike and turn the tables? Or is this simply too much muscle for even the bravest dog to overcome? The showdown in the wild. Grit versus greatness. Alright, folks, it's go time. Picture this: a quiet clearing deep in a wild forest, the kind of place where anything can happen. The sun cuts through the trees, birds scatter, and tension hangs thick in the air. Suddenly, The silence shatters with a growl that could chill your bones. Enter the pitbull, eyes blazing, muscles taut like coiled springs. It charges forward with the fury of a creature that has never backed down in its life. There's no hesitation, no fear, just raw determination. Like a linebacker blitzing a quarterback, it zeroes in on the tiger and goes straight for the front leg. With a leap and a snap, the pitbull locks its jaws around the tiger's forelimb, holding on like its life depends on it because it does. The tiger roars in surprise, not used to being touched, let alone attacked, by something so small. You can almost hear it thinking, "What is this thing?" But make no mistake, this isn't the tiger's first fight. With a snarl, the Bengal tiger rises, powerful muscles rippling beneath that gorgeous orange coat. It swings one massive paw claws fully extended and smacks the pitbull with the force of a falling tree. The dog is sent flying several feet, hitting the ground hard, a bloody gash now running across its back. You'd think that would be the end of it. Most creatures would run or curl up and quit. Not this dog. The pitbull gets back up, shaky, blooded, breathing hard, but still standing. It limps forward, refusing to give in. With everything it has left, it makes one last desperate dash and sinks its teeth into the tiger's neck. It's a bold move, a brave move, maybe even a heroic one, but it's also the end. The tiger, now truly angry, twists like lightning, slams the pitbull to the ground, and clamps its jaws around the back of the dog's neck. One crushing bite, and it's over. The spinal cord snaps, the forest goes quiet again. The tiger wins. It's a brutal ending, yes. But nature isn't a fair fight. It's raw, real, and often unforgiving. The pitbull fought like a warrior, relentless, fearless, and full of fire. And I've got to admit, as a wildlife expert who's seen battles play out in the wild, I have a soft spot for underdogs like that. But at the end of the day, when a 500-pound predator meets a 66-pound fighter, physics and biology tend to have the final say. Still, here's the question I'll leave you with. Was the pitbull's courage enough to leave an impression? Would a tiger ever forget the day a little dog dared to bite? In the wild, victory goes to the strong, but glory, sometimes, belongs to the brave. Final bell, guts, glory, and the laws of nature. And there you have it, folks. The dust has settled, the fur has flown, and the simulated showdown between the fearless pitbull and the mighty Bengal tiger has reached its dramatic end. What started as a clash of courage versus carnage turned into a powerful reminder of how nature doesn't play by the rules of underdog stories. Sure, the pitbull came in swinging, grit in its eyes, fire in its heart, and a bite that could make a grown man drop his sandwich. It gave everything it had and then some. You've got to respect that. I've worked with pitbulls before, and let me tell you, they've got more fight in them than animals twice their size. If you could bottle determination, it'd probably smell like pitbull breath and leather collars. But when it comes to the wild, heart alone isn't enough. The Bengal tiger wasn't just bigger, it wasn't just stronger. It was built by evolution to be an apex predator. Generations of stealth, speed, and surgical precision honed it into a living weapon. While the pitbull fights with sheer will, the tiger fights with the efficiency of a predator who must win or starve. That's a whole different level of motivation. This battle wasn't just a fight. It was a lesson. So what's the takeaway? Bravery is beautiful. It captures our imagination. We cheer for the small guy, the scrappy challenger, the one who fights despite the odds. But in the animal kingdom, bravery doesn't always equal survival. In the wild, victory often comes down to who has the better tools, the better instincts, and the biological edge. It's not about fairness, it's about fitness. But here's the twist: does that make the pitbull any less of a warrior? Not at all. Sometimes, being willing to stand up and face something bigger than yourself is its own kind of win. So next time you see a pitbull chasing a ball or a tiger stalking through the brush at the zoo, remember this. Courage can be inspiring, but in nature's arena, strength, instinct, and the right set of tools often decide the winner. But hey, that doesn't mean the underdog never wins. It just means when it does, it's something truly legendary. Enjoyed the battle, hungry for more wild showdowns? Then don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next epic animal face-off. We've got plenty more tooth, claw, and chaos coming your way. Comment below and tell us, who do you want to see in the next matchup? Should we pit a gorilla against a bear, a lion against a crocodile. We want to hear your wildest ideas, and who knows, your suggestion might be our next battle. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the wild, anything can happen.